So we are here at Food for Thought, Greatness Magazine, with the lovely Aja Monet. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So we are interviewing you as the featured artist for the December article, and we just want to know a few things about you and your work and what's going on in the future for Aja Monet. The first thing I wanted to ask you was, you started out as a writer and you became known as a writer in the Urban Word group, and I'm just curious, how has that experience of coming up with industry established career poets as your teachers and your guides given you an advantage in your career? And what advice would you give to young writers in other cities who don't have the access to groups like Urban Word to help them?
I feel privileged, and I have to acknowledge that privilege. So I'm grateful for that because it's given me an advantage on my art and craft. And it's also made me more accountable to being the best that I can be as a writer and as a performer. It's given me artistic responsibility because I can't fail in the same way other people can. When I've had that type of opportunity, to fail is that much more hard. People that do not have access to facilities like Urban Word, NYC, or other such organizations, I would advise them to create it. Where you don't see things, you need to take initiative and you need to be the one that sees it, you know? I think that it could be as small as a group of your friends gathering together to check each other on what it is that you're doing artistically, or what you hope to do and aspire to do as a dream. Because when you have a support system, it can make it that much more empowering.
Dope. So one of the things that a lot of people know you for is being the youngest person ever to win the Grand Slam championship title of the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. And I'm gonna have you go back a little bit and just tell us, like, what was that like? Was it something you set out to do, like, yo, I'm gonna be the Grand Slam champion, or did it just happen? And how has that experience been?
I actually didn't even think I could ever win that title. So it's still kind of like, I'll think about it sometimes and I'll still be like, wow, I got that, you know, I won that, I earned that. But for me, I never set out to like win Grand Slam. I don't think. And then I had great people like Mahogany Brown and Lemon and Avi O'Doon, who were so supportive of who I was at the time. And I did not see my potential. I didn't see the things that they could see in me. And so for them to point that out in me was very crucial and critical to me gaining the confidence to be like, okay, I can get on this stage and spit with some of the best of the scene. Because at the time, you know, I was the youngest, and it is intimidating. So when I won it, I think it was a statement, not just for me, but for a generational statement. And it was something that let us know, and young people know, that we could do it, because that's where my main audience is.
Right.
It's always been people my age and younger. So that's where I hope to move people and inspire people to break my records, hopefully, to do things I never thought I could do.
Very dope. So you also coach, speaking of young people, the 2009 Urban Word National Slam team for the Brave New Voices competition. What was that experience like, and what do you feel like you've learned from coaching other youth?
Oh man, that experience was mind-blowing. It was really like life-changing. You never really, you know, being a competitor, you don't realize how much work it takes into coaching the competitors. So for me, it was altering a perspective in that way. But I'm still realizing things about that experience every day. Like, for me, I didn't realize how many people came up under me. I didn't realize how many people I affected. I still don't realize it. Sometimes I forget it, and I don't think about that all the time. But specifically with that team, I had to learn that I had an incredible amount of influence on them. And I was not aware of that at all until, you know, there would be days where I couldn't make a practice because I had to do a show somewhere, and they would be livid with me. Like, man, it was like I was their daddy walking away or something.
Wow.
It was that intense. And so for me, it hurt because I was just like, I hope y'all know you guys mean so much to me, but there's still.
So you're currently in college, and you can correct me if I state this wrong, studying creative writing as part of your major. See if I can word this right. What they're teaching you in school, how does that differ from what you actually find that you need as a performance poet? Because you're also still traveling in the midst of getting your higher education. So how is the teaching in the classroom different or maybe beneficial to application of what you're doing in real life with your writing as a traveling poet?
Well, I'm getting my MFA in writing, creative writing at the School of the Arts too. I got my undergrad, my BA in Sarah Lawrence, and while I was at Sarah Lawrence was probably when the peak of my career had, I don't even think I reached the peak of my career, but I think that's when things started taking off. Mm-hmm. And so people are like, you're in school, you're doing this, you're doing that, how's that working for you? For me, it's like, I don't know impossible until impossible hits me in the face. I really don't. I think I just continue to do things, and hopefully it works. Hopefully I can find a way to make it work. I think also growing up in New York and having the mother that I did, it helped me understand that hustler mentality, that mentality of being able to overcome struggles no matter what. So my work was always reflective of that, and the school, the education was kind of, was a partner in that relationship, because it helped me to see the work differently. It altered the perspective of the work, that the work was just not, it's therapy, it could be these beautiful things, but it can also, you also deserve credit for it, you also deserve accountability for it, and there's people that have fought for this years before. There are people that have worked and made efforts at creating programs and situations so that this work can be legitimized. And so being in an MFA program now, I'm going through the process of legitimizing.
Very cool. So you currently have a chapbook out of your work.
If that's what you want to call it.
what would you call it?
I guess it is a chapbook. Oh, it is. What do you want to ask me?
Well, I just want to know, like, you have the chapbook out, and I know a lot of people have it and still read and love and definitely enjoy it. And my question is, like, what is the next big project for Aja Monet as far as career? Are you going to do a book or a CD, or what are the plans?
I don't know. You tell me. I mean, I'm working on things, and we'll see where it goes. I don't want to put pressure on myself.
Okay.
But right now, I think being a poet is more about the way you see the world more than it is writing poems. For me, it's how you engage with the world, it's how you see things. And so for me, I'm a creative individual artistically, always try to find meaning in anything I see. So I'm inspired to do so many things. It's not just, I want to write plays, I want to do novels, I want to do books, I want to paint, I want to sing in some way. I want to learn how to play the guitar really, really well. Like, there are little things that I'm working on when I have this time away to express the way that I see the world, and hopefully to share an experience,
Nice.
to better my art and my craft. And so I'm working on those things, working on the book, working on the plays, we're working on it all. We'll see what comes out first. The first thing.
So you heard it first. Writer of Greatness Magazine, AjaMonet.com, coming to a screen near you. So thank you so much, Aja. It was a pleasure.
No problem.
Say bye to everybody. We can't wait for you to come back to New York.
Yes.
Bye.